discovering with no cares life is so easy. Can I justify being lazy if I'm the skeleton of what I could be? I had enough of the world, always begging me, do this, do that, so I'm escaping. Fight or flight, is it right to run, or am I falling short of who I should become?
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Stream Night. We are playing Contradiction, the all-video murder mystery adventure.
My name is Jenks, Detective Inspector Frederick Jenks, and I've been assigned to a last-minute investigation into the death of Kate Vine, a PhD student found drowned at midnight last Friday in a lake in the woods on the outskirts of the tiny village of Edenton. I have until first thing tomorrow morning to decide whether her death was a simple accident or whether this was murder. Kate Vine appeared to the world to be a bright, confident, fun-loving PhD student with everything to live for. However, a history of depression and alcoholism revealed in her medical records suggests that in reality, she had become adept at hiding behind a mask. A lab report indicating a high level of alcohol in her blood, along with the late hour of her death and a lack of witnesses, makes a strong case that this was suicide. But the verdict overlooked some curious details. Why was her driving license found on the opposite side of the lake in which she drowned? Also, there were traces of morphine in Kate's system. Where did she get it? Kate was known to be a free spirit with a nihilistic love of danger, which may, in part, have something to do with a business course called Atlas, which Kate had joined and which she had been attending on the night of her death. Based in a large, stately home on the outskirts of the village, the exclusive Atlas is run by father and son team, Paul and Ryan Rand. Both were interviewed following Kate's death, but neither claimed to have seen Kate after the meeting, and both were understandably eager to distance themselves and Atlas from the tragedy. This isn't the first time that Atlas has been investigated. Atlas and their questionable methods, which many have suggested border on mind control. Ryan is married to Rebecca, landlady of Edenton's village pub, the George and Dragon. As yet, she hasn't been interviewed, though it's likely Kate visited the pub on more than one occasion. One of Kate's friends was Emma Bowman, who lives at Eden Lodge on the road leading out of Edenton Village. Emma was also doing a PhD at the same university, but didn't attend Atlas. Interviewed after Kate's death, Emma seemed shocked and upset, insisting she hadn't seen Kate that night. However, it turned out her boyfriend had. Simon Thompson met Emma at university. After completing his degree around 18 months ago, he went to work at a shop in the neighboring village. He started at the Atlas course a few months ago. Simon insisted that he didn't see Kate after the meeting, but the sergeant interviewing him noted he seemed oddly unmoved by her death, which makes him the first person I want to see tonight. It's time for some answers.
Welcome to Edenton Village. Edenton. I don't know. Click the arrows to move around the village. If you see the magnifying glass, turn to your investigate button to see Jenks investigate. Inventory has objects. If you're at a location you think you can use a physical icon, try the use icon. I guess we'll go into the pub. I'm here. You check the inventory. Better do a spot of investigating. But this was fun for them to film. Like, I need you to just walk over there. Now walk over there. Ah, it didn't look quite right. I need you to walk there again. Found something.
Always nice to randomly find a key on the floor. Wow, isn't that interesting?
I wonder if I can use this key on the something. Oh, the chief. Aw. Chief. Are you there, Chief?
Very trusting, leaving a bike unlocked. Looks like homebrew equipment. Ah, this might come in handy.
Yeah, it is very trusting, leaving things unlocked. This guy's gonna steal your crap.
Is it Simon?
Yeah.
Detective Inspector Jenks. I'm investigating an incident in the village. Could I come in and ask you a few questions, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I need to look out, see who's watching.
We can just go through here if you want. Emma's working in the front room.
Hi.
This is Inspector James.
Jenks.
What's all this about?
There was a death in the village. Kate Vine, I believe you both knew her.
Yeah. Do you need to speak to both of us?
I'll just speak to Simon first, if that's okay.
Just come through. Is it okay in here?
Oh, this'll be fine, yeah.
Do you want anything? Water?
No, I won't be long.
Okay.
My first interview. First, pick an item you want to ask about, and then click Ask to see Jenks ask about it. When you've heard the reply, you'll see a summary of what was said at the bottom. Simon said blah blah blah. He also said blah blah blah. Clicking any item you've already asked shows the summary of the replies beneath. I hope I can interview him again if I find new things, because I kind of jumped into this without knowing it was going to start an interview.
When was the last time you saw Kate Vine?
So last Friday's meeting, I think.
Did you see her after the meeting?
No.
How long have you known Kate?
That would be when we started Atlas. 3 months ago?
Did you socialise outside Atlas?
No.
How would you describe her? What sort of person was she?
Well, she's talented. She was full of life, you know? Sharp, quite sharp.
Would you say she had any emotional problems?
Her mood could change. And, well, there was the drinking problem.
When did you become aware of that?
Well, she would come drunk to meetings sometimes. She would reek of the stuff. I mean, everyone knew, but nobody really said anything.
So, tell me a bit about Atlas.
That was just a business management training program for postgrads.
And you started this after you left college?
Yeah.
And it's on every Friday?
Yeah, well, my group isn't doing it this Friday, but one of the groups is.
Okay, thanks. Did you know whether Kate had lost this or not?
No. No, I don't think so. Never seen it before.
He doesn't know anything about the license. It isn't worth asking Simon about the silver key. Okay. Is it worth asking him about a screwdriver? Hey, I stole this. Is that cool? Aw.
Whose the bike outside?
Oh, that's my cousin's. He lent me it. I need to buy a new lock for it, though.
So it's your bike at the moment?
Yeah. There's no bus service to speak of around here, so it's really the only way to get around.
I noticed a lot of bottles outside. Are they yours?
Yeah, I'm at homebrew.
For yourself?
Well, no, I give it out to my friends and stuff. I tried selling it at first, but I didn't have any takers. Except for James over at Farmhouse. I used to trade it to him for herbs and stuff.
Do you see James a lot?
No, not really.
I think that's just about everything that we can ask him at this time. So let's ask him some stuff.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Don't worry, it's only a few questions.
Yeah.
Oh, did I miss one? Oh, well, I'll have to go back. I didn't realize it had to do stuff.
When was the last time you saw Kate Vine?
It was last Thursday in the college library. I saw her and we chatted for a bit. She seemed her usual self.
What was her usual self?
Oh, just Kate being Kate. You know, a bit wild.
Wild? What way wild?
Oh, she just used to question everything, you know. Have arguments with the lecturers, things like that.
What else?
Kate had a drink problem.
How noticeable was that?
Well, it wasn't at first, but as the year went on, she'd be drunk in the afternoon. But I think she cut down, you know, towards the end of college and when she started her PhD.
What are the different parts here? Oh, here's where, I guess this is how I build a contradiction. Is I pick two different facts and then if they don't line up, I get it. Okay.
Did you know whether Kate had lost this or not?
I don't know, but I don't think so.
Okay. Whose is the bike outside?
Oh, it's Simon's cousin's. He uses it to get to work.
You know the lock's broken.
Oh, I know, I keep telling him to fix it.
Did he, the other guy say something about the bike lock? I'll have to, next time I go back to Simon, I'll have to compare. I don't remember what he said about it.
What's the stack of bottles outside?
Oh, that's all Simon's stuff. You better ask him. I don't know.
Have you ever tried Simon's homebrew?
Me? No. I don't like beer. I only drink wine. I can't stand spirits either.
Alright, I think that's all of her stuff. I don't see anything new. I'm gonna go back to Simon.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Oh, I must have picked it. Okay, yeah. All right. I don't think we have anything much to go on here. Simon can get to work. Yeah, that's what she said too. He says he only knew Simon or Kate for 3 months. I think she seems to know her a little longer, right? I thought they both said that he used it to get to work, and that it was, that it was his cousin's. Let's look. Simon can get to work.
be back later on, if that's okay.
Let's look at what she has. Simon uses the bike to get to work. Yeah, they both said that. Okay, I think we're...
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you. Best to knock on the window for Emma. Simon always answers the front door.
Ooh.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Oh, I thought you'd give me some secret tips. Can't let Simon know. It's the same stuff.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Wait, I knocked on the window but left through the door. Would I climb through? I see a contradiction. I don't know if I want to go to Atlas just yet, so I'm gonna back out. Can I look at where the body was found? I get a little turned around with these arrows. Click around? I don't know what you mean. Like, I can't, like, move the camera or anything, if that's what you mean. Are there hidden objects? I have not seen any hidden objects. Usually if there's something that that's interesting or interactable, the magnifying glass shows up right about here. That's the only thing I've seen. But I'll keep a lookout. So this is supposedly where the body was found, but there doesn't seem to be any kind of anything I can interact with. Oh, wait, here. There is.
Looks like a piece of jewellery there, stuck between the boards. Well and truly wedged in.
If only we had a screwdriver. Yeah, key might work too.
Interesting. I thought forensics had checked the whole area. Obviously not very well.
Alright, I guess I'll ask, well, I could go to Atlas too. Maybe I'll go to Atlas. You want to ask about the thing first? Okay. Because I wanted to get more things, because then I could ask about multiple things at once. But I'm not married to the idea.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Yeah, Sentinel knows what I'm talking about.
Ever seen this?
This.
Looks like, that's my old necklace. I gave this to Kate.
So Kate might have been wearing it last Friday.
Yeah, well, perhaps, but I can't see why. She was always buying new things, you know, lots of jewellery, stuff like that. It's meant to be a bird in cage, but the cage's fallen off. I'll show you.
Where did you buy it?
I didn't. Some wanted present.
Secret admirer.
Not so
She had
secret.
lots of Doctor Who stuff on the bookshelf.
See.
That's how it should have looked. It's called a freedom necklace.
Do you mind if I keep this?
No, not at all.
So the necklace did belong to Kate. Interesting. I'm starting to wish I'd brought a spare evidence bag. Thank you. Probably be back later.
I should ask about the freedom necklace rather than the pendant.
You know what this is?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Emma had one like it. Actually, you know what? Kate had one. I remember because I asked her about it one night when we were all out drinking in college. I was probably pretty drunk.
That's what college is all about.
Well, all right then. Did Kate also say she wore the necklace at college? I don't remember.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
It was an unwanted gift.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
So I can't really it doesn't seem like I can build contradictions from one person to the other because it clears out. I thought maybe I could select one and switch to the other person and then counter with a different thing. But I guess it's all contained within the single person's dialogue. Okay. Simon has a contradiction? I don't think I caught Simon's contradiction. Let me see. Kate wore the necklace at college. I don't know if he knew her that long, right? He only knew her like 3 months.
Aha. So how did you know Kate was wearing a freedom necklace 18 months ago? At college?
He's so smug.
Well, I knew Kate at college, but I didn't get to know her till we started Atlas.
Right. So you didn't socialise with her at college?
No.
And you didn't socialise with her outside of Atlas?
No.
You didn't see her outside Atlas at all?
No, not at all.
So Simon did know Kate at college, but why would he lie about that? Maybe he knows Kate better than he's willing to admit. 6 o'clock. I wonder if Rebecca's working in the pub tonight.
Oh no, I should have gone to Atlas first because it incremented the time. But I need to go there when they're open so I can talk to people.
A broken window. Recently smashed by the look of it. Might have to ask about that.
This is all Shiara's fault. I couldn't look under the tub. I'll double check though. It is a very conspicuous looking tub though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that silver key does go to the outhouse. I just wanted to check the front door before I go sneaking in the back. Yeah, I wanted to try to do the most civil approaches first. I don't know, for some reason. Oh, the pub's open.
Sorry, what can I get you?
Detective Inspector Jenks. Rebecca, is it?
Yeah.
There's been an incident in the village. I'm conducting an investigation. Could I ask you a few questions, please?
Right. Come through.
Thank you.
That was a very pensive look.
What's it about?
There's been an unexplained death locally. Not sure if you've heard.
The student?
Yes.
Yes, it was dreadful news.
You're married to Ryan, one of the Atlas leaders, yes?
I suppose I am, yes.
Well, I just wanted to ask a few questions about Kate and Atlas, if that's okay.
I don't know if I'll be able to answer any of them, but sure.
Did you know Kate?
Not very well. She came in a few times, but she was quite a moody person. You could tell she had problems.
When was the last time you saw her?
Friday. She popped in for a minute.
And when was that?
7ish.
Was she on her own?
I didn't see who she was with. She put £20 on the bar and then left.
What was that for?
A breakage, presumably.
£20? Just for a beer glass?
Well, she was very drunk. She just put it on the bar and then walked out.
Was there a broken glass?
Not that I noticed. But she was a strange girl.
Alright, she didn't see who Kate was with. Saw Kate in the pub last Friday around 7. Gave her £20 for a breakage. I'm not sure what a breakage is. I wasn't paying attention. Kate was very drunk. Everyone seems to agree that Kate was a bit of a boozer.
Have you seen this before?
No, sorry.
So you didn't know if Kate had lost it?
No idea.
Know anything about Simon Thompson's homebrew?
Does he make homebrew?
Apparently.
No, we do buy from a microbrewery, but we don't usually buy from kitchen breweries.
Oh, this.
Do you recognise this?
I've seen students wearing them. Has some sort of meaning, doesn't it? I forget what it is now.
Seen anyone wearing one recently?
Not that I can remember.
How did the window get broken out round the back?
I don't actually know. Someone said 2 girls were arguing outside. I found out after they'd gone.
And when was this?
Last Friday, just after we opened, about 6:30. I taped over it until I can get it fixed. We don't want people getting cut and suing us.
Does that sort of thing happen a lot? Arguments?
No, not really. I'm quite strict when it comes to barring clients I don't think are suitable.
Window was broken last Friday around 6:30 p.m. Last saw Kate in the pub last Friday around 7 p.m. I just wanted to make notes of that. Mental notes.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I think that was everything, right? I'm gonna go check out that outhouse now. Yeah, if not, then there may be something that I find in this outhouse that leads to a contradiction. Because she, whenever I said that I wanted to ask her some questions, she gave a really worried look. I see the broken window here, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can review it again or anything like that. Whatever. Yeah, maybe we can find out more from the inside.
I wonder whose mask this is. Rebecca's or Ryan's?
I don't know what the laws are regarding the search without a warrant in the UK.
Just looks like junk, but it's too dark to tell.
So you just give up? Oh, I guess we don't have to investigate this area. What kind of investigator doesn't have a flashlight? Alright, I guess let us go check out Atlas. We could ask her about the mask, but I don't. I think I want to go to Atlas first.
Ryan was interviewed in the lounge, according to the report. That must be his office.
Not much going on here. Everyone left when time advanced. I'm sure of it now. Thanks a lot, Shiara. I'll sit on top of chat today.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Ever seen this before?
Nope, I haven't, sorry. I think I'd have remembered it.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
Ever seen...
Have a look at this. Know anything about that?
I haven't seen this one, but it looks a lot like an Atlas mask. We use them for some of the workshops and stuff.
Really? How?
Well, you have to say something boastful or arrogant. You do it first without the mask, and then you say it with a mask.
And the point is?
Well, it's easier when you have the mask on, isn't it? People are not as afraid to be free about themselves, you know?
What did you find out about Atlas?
Well, it was advertised. Actually, I think I've still got the... This is the advert that was at my college. To be honest, I've learned more in 3 months at Atlas than I did in 3 years at business school.
Can I keep that?
Yeah, go for it.
I suppose that might be useful as a conversational starter.
Do you know anything about a broken window at the pub?
No, I don't really go to the pub very often. I'm not exactly a pub person.
She never mentioned him at the pub, right? I don't think so.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I know. She did say there are 2 girls fighting, and I kind of wonder if it wasn't Emma and Kate.
Know anything about a broken window at the pub round the back?
The pub, a broken window at the back. Yeah, I saw it was broken.
When was that?
I was in the pub on Monday with a college friend.
Which Monday, though? It was broken on Friday. Was it the Monday before the Friday that it was broken, or the Monday after the weekend? I'll ask about this first.
What do you know about Atlas?
I know that it's a business course. I went with Simon when he first went, but it wasn't really my thing.
How often did you go?
Just the once.
And you decided it wasn't for you?
Yeah, I'd been to something similar, so decided it wasn't for me.
There's a contradiction with any of those. Maybe you guys remember something I don't. Let's see if I can't build a contradiction out of the dates on that. Oh, I can't do it anyway because That information came from the lady at the pub. It's really weird that it doesn't let me compare things from different people. Yeah, I don't think there's anything here that... Maybe it's something that'll lead to something later, but I don't think there's anything now.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
So, let us go ask the bartender about the mask. Although we could also go over here. Let's see if there's anything new. Doesn't seem to be. I know Shiara wanted to call the boss again. That would be great.
Chief Jenks again. I've been speaking to Rebecca Rand. She saw Kate in the pub last Friday, around 7, I think. So she came in drunk, gave us some money for a breakage or something, then left.
What, she just came in and then went straight out again? What did she break?
I don't know. Rebecca didn't know either, or so she said.
Doesn't sound right, does it? I mean, that money must have been for something. Quiz Rebecca, make a few suggestions, see if she bites. Simple as. Go on.
Okay, thanks, Chief.
Well, that wasn't very helpful. I don't know if it's meant to be a hint system. There's also like this tip thing. Oh, okay. Oh, probably the mask. So, are there 2 hint systems? Hmm. Sorry, stream may be choppy for a minute here. Okay, it's probably cleared up by now.
A few more questions, please. Thank you. What do you know about this?
It's an advertisement. They had it designed by an agency, I think.
And when was that?
Last year sometime.
Do you know what this is?
Oh, you'll have to ask Ryan about that.
So this is Ryan's.
It's to do with one of Ryan's methods on the course.
Go on.
Well, masks allow you to play at being someone different for a while. Students find it quite liberating.
So this would be for a student?
I think that one's Ryan's, but students do wear them, yes.
Aha.
Good call, Satnel.
So, you said Kate gave you £20 for a breakage, but you didn't have a breakage.
That's right.
Do you think the payment could have been for the broken window? Could it have been Kate who was arguing?
Well, I suppose it could have been, yeah. Could have been Kate, you're probably right, yeah.
But you don't know who she was arguing with?
No, I'm not sure.
I'll ask around. Not realising Kate had broken the window. Rebecca really should have worked that out before now. Unless she did. But why would she lie about that?
Yeah, I didn't like him before because I didn't think it was necessarily a contradiction. She just didn't... it was a lack of specificity, which isn't quite the same thing, but okay.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
I'll go over the answers.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Didn't see who Kate was with. And I couldn't ask the other girl about Kate's argument, right? Because right now my suspicion is maybe that those were the two arguing. Mostly because those are the only
Okay, that's it for now. Thank
two
you.
that we know of. But they were friends. You keep saying go to the restaurant, but I don't see anything here, Shiara. Oh, okay. I'll take an order of noodles to go, please. Have you seen this noodle recipe? Because that's what I want to order.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Yeah, Kate's argument.
Did you hear about an argument in the pub last Friday?
No, I wasn't there.
You weren't in the village?
No, I went home last Thursday night, actually, to see my parents.
But you do visit the pub.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I know Rebecca quite well. We all went there quite a bit after college.
Knows Rebecca quite well. Rebecca said she didn't recognize the person that Kate was with. Went home to see parents Thursday night. Let's ask Simon about the argument.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Know anything about an argument at the pub last Friday?
No, I didn't go to the pub last Friday.
What did you do after the course?
Just went home. Came here. Just came straight back.
What was that look that he gave after? Look at that.
Know anything about an argument at the pub last Friday?
No, I didn't go to the pub last Friday.
What did you do after the course?
Just went home. Came here. Just came straight back.
Oh, it was just a split-second thing, but it was very telling. So he doesn't know anything about the argument, or so he claims. Went straight home after Atlas Friday night. I don't know if that... Last saw Kate at an Atlas meeting last Friday. That doesn't... Okay. I don't see anything jumping out at me. Maybe he has...
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Do you have something, Shara? Wait, she says.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Doesn't seem to be a contradiction there. Surely they wouldn't have a contradiction within one answer. That'd be kind of dumb of the person being interviewed. Yeah.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. We know it's Ryan's mask, and he knew Ryan, so why didn't he know that it was Ryan's mask? Yeah, but yeah, I said that before. Better investigate the woods again, so let's do that. Oh, hello. Is that Ryan?
Who is it? I'm a police officer, Detective Inspector Jenks. It's all right. You can carry on if you want to. I'm just going. I'm investigating a death in the village, Kate Vine. There was a death recently.
I knew her.
Oh yeah, it could
Well,
be
could I
fun.
ask you a few questions, please?
Bit dark.
Well, if you give me your name and address, I'll come later on. Where do you live?
House.
And what's your name?
Yeah, I was just gonna finish checking out these woods while I was here. I think that's the end of it. Okay, so let's... Abbey Farm, so that must be where he lives. He said farmhouse.
According to the map, Abbey Farm is across the road there. Picture frames with black painted glass. Very interesting. Could I ask you a few more questions, please? Didn't take you long. Haven't got much time. Just close the doors, shall I? Where do you want to sit? Oh, anywhere's fine. I didn't quite catch your name.
James, sit there.
Thank you, James.
James, have we heard about James before?
Why are you asking me about Kate Vine?
Routine. You know Simon, don't you? Thompson.
Why, what did he say?
That you all went to college together, you and Kate. Is that right?
Might have done.
Right. Good enough.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He sells his bottles to him of the homebrew.
When was the last time you saw Kate Vine?
Can't remember.
How did you know her?
Through Simon. His girlfriend was mates with her. Saw her around college a few times.
Did you socialise with her much?
Nah. She wasn't my type.
Did you know whether Kate had lost this or not?
No idea.
What do you know about Simon's bike?
What bike?
You haven't seen him on a bike.
I haven't seen him.
When was the last time you saw him?
About a month ago.
He wouldn't know about the bottles, didn't he buy?
Have you ever tried Simon's homebrew?
Thompson's tar? Yeah, I've tried it.
Did he sell it?
Well, not to me, not for money anyway. We used to trade stuff.
What did you trade?
I make a nice herbal tea as it happens. Him and his girlfriend were into it.
What was his beer like?
Lethal.
Strong?
Knock your eyes out.
Ever seen one of these before? Freedom necklace.
I don't think so.
Know anything about a broken window at the pub?
Don't go to the pub.
You've never been to the pub?
Didn't say that. Been to the pub, but not for about 2 months, 3 months.
Ever seen this before?
No, should I have?
No, it's okay. Ever seen one of these?
Seen them around college.
What do you know about it?
Not much. It's a business course. Ask Simon, he's on it.
You wouldn't be interested in that sort of thing? And you haven't discussed it with Simon?
Not really. Business doesn't interest me.
What does interest you, James? If that's your real name.
Know anything about an argument at the pub last Friday?
No.
Now, what's all this stuff in the workshop? Paint and stencils and things like that?
Just a little sideline of mine.
Oh, you do picture framing?
They're black mirrors. Scrying mirrors.
Now, what's a scrying mirror?
Show you one if you want. Scrying goes back centuries. The ancient Persians did it. This country pagans still practice it. The fortune tellers pretend to do it. That's what the crystal ball's all about. It's all scrying. The mirror's just one way of doing it.
But what is scrying?
Depends who you are. People do it for different reasons.
What sort of reasons?
Exploring your mind, clearing your mind, communicating with the dead.
Is that what you use them for, James? Communicating with the dead?
And they make them for other people these days.
And there's a market for these, is there?
Lots of people want to talk to the dead, even if they don't believe in it.
Do you make a profit on them?
I don't do it for the money.
How very charitable of you. Can I keep this?
Keep it.
Thank you.
Now I have two.
Black mirrors and hookah pipes. I wonder what else James is into.
Okay, I didn't see anything jumping out as contradictory in his stuff. Did you guys? I don't think so. Maybe there's, one of them seemed to intimate that Simon bought the homebrew, but he kind of just says he traded, which I guess is close enough. Makes black scrying mirrors. Mirror is just one way of scrying. Scrying practiced for various reasons. Only makes the mirrors for others. Sells the mirrors, but doesn't make a profit.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Sure. Doesn't seem so. Okay, so I'm guessing that we want to talk to Simon most, but it would also maybe be useful to talk to the bartender in case she's seen him around. That may introduce some sort of contradiction. Yeah, that's a good point.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Have you seen one of these before?
Is it meant to be black like that?
I think so.
No.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
There's no use for the black mirror here. Sorry. Alright, Simon, I need a word with you.
A few more questions, please.
Yeah, I'll check there next.
Ever seen one of these?
Yeah, that's one of James's. He's into like New Age stuff, mysticism, magic spells, that sort of thing. He's nuts, though. I mean, he thinks the government are tracking him or something.
Why would he think that?
Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
James thinks the government is tracking him.
That's it for the time being. Thank you. Have you seen one of these before?
Is that from James?
Now, what do you know about James?
That he's creepy. He was selling them last Friday at the market. There's a market every week type thing. And I usually go there for lunch.
So you wouldn't buy one of these?
No, I wouldn't. But Kate would.
Was she into this sort of thing?
No, I don't think so. She bought one, and I went round to her flat to try it out. You're meant to see ghosts or spirits or something. It doesn't work.
How do you use it?
You're just meant to stare into it. Shall I show you?
Go ahead.
Okay, so you just stare like this, and then you see.
See what?
Sorry. Look, you're meant to see a ghost or something. Look, it doesn't work. Didn't work, so.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I was trying to see if maybe he says he doesn't see James very often, but he seems to know a lot of the things that James is into. But it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Detective Mel is on the job. Oh, she corrected herself. She almost said Friday and then changed it to Thursday.
Did you hear about an argument in the pub last Friday?
No, I wasn't there.
You weren't in the village?
No, I went home last Thursday night, actually, to see my parents.
But you do visit the pub.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I know Rebecca quite well. We all went there quite a bit after college.
But let's try it anyway, see if it gets anywhere.
Aha.
Ooh.
So, you went home to see your parents on Thursday night, that right?
Yes.
But you said you saw James at the market on Friday.
No, I went to see my parents on Friday night.
What time did you go on Friday?
8 or 9.
And you didn't see Kate at all on Friday?
No.
You're not a very good liar, Emma.
Okay. I saw Kate.
Where?
At the pub we were arguing.
Go on. What were you arguing about?
I'd lent her £50 because she was desperate, and we were just arguing. It didn't really bother me. She just didn't have it.
And Kate broke the window?
Yes. She did things like that when she was angry.
Smash things?
Yes.
So it was Emma arguing with Kate. But why didn't she want to admit it? In case it gave her a motive? Or something else?
Alright, does that open up any new contradictions? Run through hers. See, it updated her little blurbs. Can you click on Monday night versus that Friday night? I think I tried that one before, but maybe there's a new thing. Where it was. There he is. Yeah. You switched to visit Simon. Guess I have to exit.
What do you know about Atlas?
What the heck? I broke the game. Cape doesn't do anything.
Have you seen one of these before? Be back later on.
Hey,
if
let
that's
me do
okay.
it this time. That's really weird. I clicked on it a million times. Good, I'm glad we didn't get stuck.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
So I didn't open up any new entries, and it didn't update his either. He still does not know about the argument. Let's look through, see if there's anything new. Yeah, I don't see anything new here.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Let us go talk to Rebecca.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
She didn't know Kate very well, but she didn't know who Kate was with. Kate was with the other girl, but she did know the other girl, right? Well, maybe not. Maybe Kate and Emma don't know each other. Okay.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Hello, Jenks?
Yeah, Chief, I had a confession from Emma Bowman. It turns out she was arguing with Kate last Friday outside the pub. Kate broke the window. That's what the money was for.
What were they arguing about?
Money. Emma says she'd lent some to Kate, but Kate hadn't paid it back.
So Kate had money problems, so she broke a window and then paid Rebecca back for it. Something doesn't add up there, Jenks.
It doesn't make sense, does it?
Yeah. Call me back when you know some more.
Okay. Speak later, Chief.
Bye.
What's the significance between the jetty and the mirror? Because it's near where her body was found? Doesn't seem to work, Shiara. Time still hasn't incremented.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
So we already have this this contradiction exposed here.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
There must be a contradiction somewhere. I don't know that that's a something I can the drunk everywhere part. I don't know if that's a thing within Rebecca's factoids. What noise? Probably. Water.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
It was the sound of hydration, Shiara. She only drinks wine. She hates spirits, but she was at the pub. Does the pub serve wine or only beer and spirits? Doesn't seem to be anything there. Kate appeared her usual self. The other bar one? I don't know which one you mean, Char. There's the broken pub window, and then their argument, because that was at the pub. Last saw Kate on Friday, not Thursday. She appeared her usual self. She was argumentative at college. She had a drink problem at college and didn't see Kate very often. Doesn't think Kate had lost her driving license. Bike belongs to Simon's cousin. Simon uses the bike to get to work. Keeps telling Simon to fix the lock. Bottles belong to Simon. Doesn't like beer. Only drinks wine. Hates spirits. Necklace is Emma's, but she gave it to Kate. Necklace called a freedom necklace. Kate bought lots of jewelry, but she had money problems.
Aha.
So you lent money to Kate because she was desperate, but she bought loads of jewellery and things. So why were you lending her money?
Well, no, it's because,
It wasn't about money, was it, Emma?
No.
Go on. What was it really about?
We were arguing because she was going to blackmail Ryan, the guy from Atlas, over an affair he was having and then tell his wife if he didn't give her the money.
Ryan's affair with Kate?
No, I don't know. I think he was having an affair with another student and Kate found out.
And why were you involved?
Because I didn't really agree with it. I didn't agree with what she was doing, even if he did have an affair.
Were you friends with Ryan?
No, I'd never met him.
You just thought Kate was wrong?
Yeah.
Not sure about this. Emma's either on a moral crusade, or there's another reason she was worried about Kate blackmailing Ryan.
Necklace is Emma's, but she gave it to Kate. Unwanted gift. Knows about the broken pub window. Visited the pub on Monday night with a friend. Hadn't seen the mass before. Went to an Atlas seminar with Simon. Only went to once to Atlas. Had been to a similar course before. She knows Rebecca quite well. So they do know each other. Argued with Kate in the pub last Friday night. Kate wanted to blackmail Ryan over his affair. Arguing with Kate in the pub last Friday night. Kate wanted to blackmail Ryan over his affair. Tried to persuade Kate not to blackmail Ryan. Has never met Ryan.
Aha.
You said you went to an Atlas meeting with Simon.
Yes.
That's interesting, because I happen to know that Ryan is the main lecturer at Atlas. But you say you never met him. Why did you say you don't know him?
Okay, I need to tell you something. I just need to make sure Simon doesn't find out.
I won't be telling Simon anything he doesn't have to hear.
And you can't tell Rebecca either.
Go on.
Okay, so the affair that happened was between Ryan and I. I was having the affair, and Kate knew.
So Kate was blackmailing both of you?
No, she didn't care about me. It was part of the course, you see, having to take all these risks. She thought it was funny to turn her back on Ryan. She thought I wouldn't care.
But you did.
Yes, I was already with Simon when Ryan and I, and I didn't want Simon finding out, and Kate thought that he wouldn't, but I didn't want her risking it. And then if Rebecca found out, then Simon would definitely have found out, and then it would have blown up, and it would have just been a big mess.
And so you just argued and what?
Well, she just stormed off and broke a window.
And that was it? You didn't see her again that night?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes. I promise.
What good are your promises? You have more lies than anybody in town.
7 o'clock. So, Ryan's a bit of Lothario, is he? I think it's time I met this Ryan Rand face to face.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be too obvious if she was the murderer at this point. That's how they get you.
Ryan!
Yes?
Detective Inspector Jenks. I'm conducting an investigation in the area. Wouldn't mind asking you a few questions, all right?
Come in, Inspector.
Thank you.
Drink, Inspector.
I'd better not, eh?
So you wanted to speak to me?
I believe that Kate Vine was a student at Atlas.
Kate Vine? Well, yes, she was. All of this has been thoroughly investigated, Inspector. It was suicide.
Well, we have reason to believe there may be rather more to it than that.
Really? Well, then, in that case, I'd be prepared to assist in any way possible.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
I think this game is supposed to be like 6-7 hours, so probably not all in one night. I'll probably finish around the usual time. And if we want to do more on stream, that's definitely an option.
I believe the last time you saw Kate Vine was at the pub last Friday, then you came straight back with some of the students, is that right?
Yes, I like to have a glass of port or two after a long day, and benefits of being married to the landlady.
How did she seem that night?
The landlady?
Kate.
Oh, Kate. Well, she was her usual self, drunk.
That was usual.
It was for her, yes. I mean, it didn't impair her ability, though. She was a very bright star, lots of potential, very enthusiastic.
So she seemed to be enjoying the course?
Well, as far as anybody could tell, yes.
When did you first meet her?
When she joined, about 3 months ago.
And you hadn't met her before then?
No.
So you didn't suspect there was anything wrong?
Well, do you mean, did I expect her to drown herself? Of course I didn't inspect her. It was quite a shock. Nobody expected that.
I don't like this guy.
Have you seen this before?
Not that I recall.
You don't know whether Kate had lost this or not?
No, I've never seen it before, sorry.
Shiara's metagaming the detective game.
Does Simon Thompson ride a bike, do you know?
I think so, yes. I think he drives as well, but I might be mistaken.
That's interesting. Hey, I stole this screwdriver from your employee. Is that cool? Thanks, bro.
Have you tried Simon's homebrew?
Does he make homebrew? No, I haven't had the pleasure, sorry.
Know what this is?
Yes. It's a freedom necklace. It's a symbol that we use on the course. It's supposed to represent freedom from the chains of your ancestry.
Have you ever bought one of these?
I haven't, but I've seen the students wearing them.
Bird and cage is a symbol used in the course. Does that contradict with something that Simon was saying? He didn't seem to know as much about it. Has never bought a freedom necklace, has seen students wearing the necklace.
What do you know about the broken window at the back of the pub?
Oh, Rebecca told me about it. I don't know how it got smashed, though. I told her to tape over it. We can't have anybody cutting themselves. You have to be very health and safety conscious these days.
Knows about the window, but not how it got broken. Told Rebecca to tape it over to prevent injury. Okay.
Can you tell me about this?
Haven't seen that for a while. We had a friend who used to make them for us for the course. He passed away last year.
What does the symbol mean?
It's borrowed from paganism. It's the symbol of the triple goddess. The mother, maiden, and crone, represented by the waxing and waning of the moon. It's an ancient symbol. It predates Christianity. Some people say that it dates back to Paleolithic times.
And is that relevant to the course?
Well, no. I mean, it's a symbol we dabbled with, but it's not particularly relevant. We don't use it on the course, no.
The symbol's not used. Okay, but the mask is.
Tell me about this.
It's the first one we ever had made. We had it designed by an agency after we'd spent weeks trying to find a name for this place.
It took you weeks.
Don't be like that, Inspector. I thought it was a rather grand name. Actually, if I'm being honest, I plucked it out of thin air one night in the George while I was having a few gin and tonics. Well, actually, somebody left a book and I stole it.
Well, that just contradicts what he just said.
Do you know anything about an argument in the pub last Friday?
What time?
I believe it wasn't long after the pub opened.
No. I usually leave for the Manor House about 6. I start preparations around 6:30. I like to get a head start.
Doesn't know about the argument in the pub. Usually leaves for Atlas at 6. Starts preparations for Atlas at 6:30.
Have you seen one of these before?
I believe that looks like a scrying mirror to me.
You have seen one before?
Well, I used to have one myself, actually, along with lots of other bits and pieces of that nature. Silly things, you know.
Really?
Yes, when I was in my teenage years, I had quite an obsession with that kind of thing. I was a very somber child, and well, not that you could tell, always playing fantasy games, reading books about that kind of malarkey, you know.
What sort of books did you read?
Well, books on black magic, not the chocolates. Witchcraft, satanic rituals, that kind of thing. I grew out of it, of course.
But you're not into that sort of thing now.
Of course I'm not. I don't need to believe in the supernatural, Inspector. The natural world is far more interesting. Don't you think so?
I'm gonna go through all of his stuff and review it. Let's see. Last saw Kate at an Atlas meeting last Friday. Kate was drunk at the meeting last Friday. He first met her 3 months ago. She enjoyed the course and appeared happy. Hadn't suspected that she had any emotional problem. He hadn't seen her driver's license and didn't know that she'd lost. That is a potential thing with Simon, but not necessarily him. Hasn't tried Simon's homebrew. Which it goes along with what his wife said, because she disparaged kitchen brew. The bird and cage is a symbol used on the course. That's potentially also an issue with Simon, because he, I don't think, seemed to know as much about the symbol, but if he's that active, he should know more about it if it's used in the course. Has never bought one, but he has seen students wearing them. He knew that the window was broken, but he didn't know how it broke. He told Rebecca to tape it over. The mask was made by a friend who died last year. A symbol on the mask represents the triple goddess, but that symbol is not used in the course, but we know that the mask is. The poster was designed by an agency. It was their first poster. He got the name, well, sort of randomly. Doesn't know about the argument in the pub. He usually leaves for Atlas at 6 and starts preparations at 6:30. He used to have a black mirror himself, used to read about black magic and satanic rituals, but he doesn't believe anything supernatural now. Kate technically was a student, so that wouldn't necessarily be a contradiction. I don't think that's really a supernatural thing, so... I'm not really seeing anything all that crazy here. You guys see anything? I think he's pretty clean for now. Let's check out the other room in this place.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
Yeah, we'll try that. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but...
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
I don't think this
Be
is
back
going
later
anywhere.
on, if that's okay.
I think we need to talk to Simon, though. Because we have a couple things that might... Yeah, you want to go to James? That's fine. Most interested in James?
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Have any new entries for him? Yeah, well, he might recognize the symbol, but not necessarily the mask. And yeah, the question only deals with the mask.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
That would be an interesting dating sim idea. I can't believe I just said those words. A detective who's investigating a murder and also trying to and set up a date with one of the suspects, and the possibility is that you could end up in a relationship with the person who ends up being the murderer. But so all of the questions are also two-tiered, like half of them are about the investigation, and then half of them are like flirting and getting to know the person. That'd be pretty great. I'm not familiar with that one. Does it kind of do that thing? I save all dating sims for February. Oh, I want to do Simon.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind. That's it for the time being. Thank you.
I guess I could have switched over.
There you go. Come on. Cute.
That eye roll.
Smells nice. What is that? Chili pork. I have no idea you were a cook.
Oh, no, I used to be more into it. No, I don't do it so much. Used to grow my own herbs and everything.
Oh, here?
No. At the farmhouse where I used to live.
Oh, where was that?
That's where James lives. Yeah, we used to share a house together. The farmer used to let us use a corner on his greenhouse to grow stuff.
I didn't know you knew James that well.
Well, didn't really get on.
Where are the greenhouses?
Well, it's just through the farmyard at the back.
Interesting.
So we have a new scene. Ryan and Paul run. I don't know if we've met. I don't think we've met Paul. I was hoping there'd be more to ask about the necklace. Yeah, so far I don't think there have been a... Yeah, he knows about masks in general, but not this particular one. With the symbol written on it and everything. We have a new scene here, so I kind of have the feeling like there should be a new thing, but there isn't. Yeah, I did want to ask about the bike. Bike is the only way that Simon can get to work, but his boss seemed, or the other guy seemed to think that he sometimes drove, but I don't know, really have a way of confronting him about that. Yeah, so far there's never been a contradiction. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of samples, but there's not been anywhere they've been on the same series of answers. Well, I wonder if maybe because now he spoke about the farmhouse, the greenhouses, maybe there's a new area over there that we can explore. I'm not seeing anything new here, so that's what I'm going to check out.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I guess I could, while I'm here, see if Emma
Ask
has
about
a
a
new
few more
scene.
things, please.
Nope, she doesn't.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Kate wore a necklace in college versus don't know Kate.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
I think we found him in a contradiction similar to this. I think we already did.
Be back later on, if that's okay. Simon mentioned another greenhouse on the farm. Must be up the hill over there. I wonder if James knows this is here. Don't know what it is, but be interesting to see what he says about it.
Well, let's do that.
A few more questions, please. Could you tell me what these are, please? I found them in the greenhouse.
Been snooping around on the farm, have we?
It's called investigating, James.
Yeah. It's just mint. Mint leaves. For cooking.
Yeah, I heard you were a bit of a budding chef.
Dabble a bit. Won a few competitions.
Very impressive. So you normally just leave packets of mint lying around?
Must have dropped it.
Packet contains mint leaves. He won some cookery competitions. Does it contradict anything else that we know about? Let's take a look. Okay. Well, maybe somebody else knows something about those dried leaves.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you. Ask you a couple more things, please.
Too late now. Doesn't know anything about the broken window and hasn't been to the pub in over 2 months. So maybe if we talk to Rebecca, if she knows something more, maybe he's been there more recently, we can find out something about that.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Seemed to be a lot about cooking and stuff, so the restaurant seems like a good place to go.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Do you know what these are?
Oh, magic mint. Where did you find this?
Magic mint.
Salvia divinorum. I used to grow it years ago. It makes you trip.
In what way?
It's a hallucinogenic and legal. Quite a dangerous combination, really.
Do you use it?
Me? No. No, I don't even take medicines. I like to stay pure.
I didn't expect Rebecca to know about growing drugs. I know she claims not to use them herself, but I'm not so sure.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I don't think that contradicts anything, but yeah, we can look at hers.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Hadn't seen anyone wearing one recently, but wasn't Kate wearing one recently? The window was broken last Friday at approximately 6:30 p.m. But Ryan said that he left at 6 o'clock. So maybe it was the next day. that he told her to tape it up? Leaves are from the Salvia divinorum plant, salvia also called magic mint, used to grow salvia years ago. Salvia divinorum is a hallucinogenic. She doesn't take any drugs or medicine. I'm gonna see if Simon knows about the leaves. Because he used to hang out in that greenhouse. And if they were growing the mint there, then he'd know about that.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
Check out the restaurant too. Nothing. Yet.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Know what these are?
No. Look a bit like sage leaves.
Haven't seen them before, though.
Not at all, no.
Ever heard of Salvia divinorum?
Salvia divinorum?
Magic mint, same thing.
Oh, yeah, you mean the drug? Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, ever tried it?
Well, once or twice, yeah. But it's not really my sort of thing. It messes with your brain. I've never tried any other drugs either. Nothing like that. Nothing hallucinogenic.
Well, how's that not a contradiction? He'd take a drug but has never seen it before?
Be back later on, if that's okay. Thank you. Probably be back later.
I don't think there's any mention of the tea in Simon's stuff.
That's it for the time being. Thank you. Thank you. Probably be back later. That's all for the moment. Thank you. You know what these are, by any chance?
No. Sorry. I don't know anything about plants or things like that, but you should ask Rebecca. She used to live on a farm. She'd know.
Wow, she really hates farms.
Ever heard of Salvia divinorum?
Yeah, I've heard of it. It's a drug, isn't it?
Yeah, hallucinogenic drug. Ever tried it?
No, I've never taken any illegal substances.
I think that meshes with everything else we've heard from her.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Simon doesn't have anything related to trading for tea. All he has is that he sold some to James. There's nothing there. Don't you all caps at me.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you. Thank you. Probably be back later.
I tried selling it, but only sold. He traded for tea, not for hallucinogenics. There's nothing here.
Thank you. Probably be back later. A few more questions, please. Thank you. Ever heard of Salvia divinorum, James?
Was that skin cream?
It's not a skin cream, no. It's a plant.
Really? Don't know much about plants.
So you've never heard of Salvia?
No.
Ah, I thought that was the most likely one. Because herbal tea is kind of made from plants. That's the... If that one doesn't fit, I don't think there's anything else here at the moment. Unless you guys have something.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
What Emma one are you talking about? Alright, I'm going to talk to Ryan about the plants. He's the only one that we haven't spoken to about those.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Do you know what this is? Looks like chopped tea bags to me. What is it?
I just thought you might know.
I don't know anything about plants, Inspector. What you should do is ask Rebecca. She knows far more about these things than I do. Messy things, growing things.
Everyone seems to say Rebecca knows all about plants. But nobody else claims to know anything at all about plants. Plants, they're just a mystery.
Have you ever heard of Salvia divinorum?
No. What is it?
It's a hallucinogenic plant, a legal one, at least for the moment.
I've no interest in drugs, Inspector. My job. That's the only drug I need. As trite as that may sound.
Do you know any students who may have used hallucinogens?
No. My students aren't interested in that kind of thing. Besides, no one is allowed drugs or alcohol onto the site. I don't think anyone has ever brought drugs to Atlas.
Do you have any medicines on site at all?
No, we're not allowed. Insurance purposes.
What insurance purpose says you're not allowed to have medicine? I think we may have something here with the fact that she showed up drunk, but yet he says alcohol isn't allowed. Oh. Well, that would have been the most obvious one, if there was going to be one. I don't think drugs have come up yet with him before. That was the only thing, the alcohol with Kate. Yeah, if we find some medicine, that may contradict what he says now, but we'd have to
Be
look
back
around.
later on, if that's okay.
Nothing really here. The woods again.
Do you mind not defacing public property, please?
What's it to you?
Well, I'm a policeman.
And that's supposed to make what difference exactly?
It means that you do exactly what I tell you to do.
Or what? Or you arrest me?
No, I'll give you a fine this time.
So, if I do something that you don't like, I have to give you some money? What happens if you do something that I don't like? You're going to give me some money?
Look, I do not have time to discuss it at the moment. Could you just go?
Pathetic.
What a prize brat. But why would he carve that into a tree? Either he's a die-hard rock fan, or there's more to that symbol than meets the eye. Just a few more questions, if you don't mind. If I did this, would that mean anything to you?
It's a devil's sign, isn't it? Is that what you're getting at, Inspector?
This is not something you use on the course.
Of course it's not something we use on the course, Inspector. I don't even know what that could possibly mean exactly.
Didn't he study satanic things and stuff like that? So he should at least know how it could be used, potentially. Under mirror. Nope.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Ask about a few more things, please.
That's my job.
If I did this, would it mean anything to you?
No. Why?
It's okay. Thanks.
I just knock on people's windows and make hand symbols at them and then leave.
Thank you. Probably be back later. That's all for the moment. Thank you.
If I did this, would that mean anything to you?
Who did you see doing that?
Someone in the woods, carving it into a tree.
That was Kyle. It's a guy from the course. He's an idiot.
And where does he live?
I can't remember. Somewhere outside the village? The three fingers thing is something the students started doing. It's something from the course. The three freedoms.
The what?
The three freedoms? It's from the course. It's a phrase.
Free to be free?
Free yourself from the things that are holding you back, right? Things that stop you being successful.
What are they?
There's fear of failure, guilt, and a doubting, a self-doubt.
You believe that?
Yeah. Guilt ruins lives. It stops you looking forward. It serves no practical purpose. It's basically destructive.
Right.
Free to be free. Not the most original slogan, but I wonder how far this freedom goes. Be back later on, if that's okay.
Do you know the phrase, free to be free?
Yeah. It's an Atlas thing. I first heard it when I went with Simon.
What did they say about it?
They said that you shouldn't feel guilty if you do something wrong. I don't agree with that.
No?
No. No, I think you should feel guilty if you do something wrong.
What did Simon think?
I don't know, but I don't think you agree with that either.
Oh, shows what she knows. Unfortunately, I can't pull in what he says.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Mainly new information, so not really anything to contradict what she said in the past. I doubt James is going to have anything interesting related to it, but we'll do our due diligence as an inspector.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Ever hear the phrase, free to be free? Heard anyone use that?
Nah. What is it, a song?
No, I don't think so. Doesn't matter. If I did that, would it mean anything to you?
Yeah. It's a Satanism symbol. Satanists use it.
Have you ever seen anyone using it?
Lots of people. Politicians, presidents, CEOs.
Have you ever seen anyone local using it?
Not that I remember.
Thank you. Probably be back later. A few more questions, please. If I did this, would that mean anything to you?
Why is it meant to mean something?
No, it's okay. Ever heard the phrase free to be free?
Do you mean the Atlas thing? Yes, I have.
Know what it means?
It means being free of guilt.
What do you think about that?
You mean, do I think it's a bad thing?
Do you? I mean, surely if you have done something wrong.
Oh, but that's the point, Inspector. Most people spend their time feeling guilty over nothing, and that's not a good thing.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Ask you a couple more things, please. Can you tell me a bit about the phrase free to be free?
Free to be free, my favourite motto. Well, we teach our students that people, they suffer from excessive guilt, don't they? Excessive self-criticism, excessive doubt. Evils of excess, we call them. And we tell our students that if they rid themselves of these evils, then they're free to realise their full potential.
Who came up with all this?
I have a background in psychology.
Honestly?
Yeah, don't look so surprised, Inspector. There's an intellect lurking in here.
When did you come up with the phrase?
When we were based at the village hall. When I say we, I came up with the phrase. Dad's more the money man.
And very successful at it too, I hear.
Oh, he's successful, but he's not a creative man. Dad suffers from a lack of imagination.
All right, the phrase is about getting rid of guilt and self-doubt. Ryan invented the phrase. He invented it while based at the village hall. He has a background in psychology. Well, they were using the three fingers to indicate something, one of their lessons. I was trying to figure out if there's a direct contradiction there. But none of these exactly match up. Yeah, I'll try that one, chat. This is a good try. I don't think we have anything. I mean, not necessarily. I mean, if you're only an instructor, you may not have been exposed enough to her to be able to diagnose her. Later, Satnal.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
What you got to tell us, Chief? We'll wrap it up here soon, Mel. Better try the woods again. I swear, yeah. Anytime you hit a dead end, you gotta go explore the dead ends in the wood.
What are you? Private eye?
No, I'm a police inspector.
Who are you looking for?
I'm investigating a death in the village.
That student, then. They did one last year, too. Same place.
Did what?
Drowned a student. Ask that psycho about it. He runs that business cult thing up at the big house. Bunch of nut jobs.
Hey, what was the student's name?
Liam... something? Or sod?
Atlas's reputation precedes them. I think I might call the station, find out a bit more about this Liam.
What? We know he's not at his phone at the moment. We literally just called him.
Hello, DCI Jones speaking.
Mike, it's Jenks.
Oh, Jenks, I thought you'd clocked off tonight.
Yeah, the chief's put me on a case tonight, the Edenton girl.
Friday night, you poor sod. I thought that was sorted out anyway.
I wish it was. Listen, are you near a computer?
I can be. Yeah, go on.
Do you know anything about a death last year? Someone called Liam in Edenton Village?
Don't remember it. Hang on, let's have a look. Edenton Village. Yeah, Liam Rogers. Says suicide last year.
Suicide?
Hang on, 2 suicides in 2 years, both on Edenton. Blimey, you've got your work cut out, Jenksy.
Yeah, don't I know it?
Right, well, good luck with that and see you Monday.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, well, that was a good tip. So now we have a lot of things to ask people about. We've got Liam, we've got the past murder. But we're going to stop it here because Satnel has already gone off to bed and Mel is fading fast right behind her. And despite Shiara's frustrations, I think if we're going to play further, it'll be more fun if they're around to enjoy it. Sorry, Shiara. But I did enjoy the game. I like the quirky characters and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all next time. If we do want to stream this game again at some point, let me know. If not, if one of you guys wants to play further on your own, I can send you the save game if you want to kind of continue from where we are, or if you want to start over, that's fine too. But anyway, see you all next week.